Hello, YouTube. What is going on? Corey here, Cauldron of Weird. I'm bringing back our rock reviews. Alright, I know I don't do this very often, but, this was just too big of a thing for me not to do a review on, so here we go. This time I'm not going to actually be doing an album to be reviewing. This time I'm going to be doing a special edition for the Rock on the Range Music Festival. So as soon as I pull this up, I'm going to give you my lowdown on the music festival here in Columbus, Ohio. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, Rock on the Range is a music festival. It's a rock festival that takes place at Moffrey Stadium, or Crew Stadium, however you want to call it, here in Columbus, Ohio. And every single year it draws thousands and thousands and thousands of people to Columbus from surrounding states. There was a guy I met a couple years ago who flew in from fucking Lebanon, the country of Lebanon, to come to this festival. I've met people from Canada, from Mexico, from Japan. This is a serious music festival, and it draws a lot of people. It's been going on. The first year was in 2007. My first year was 2009. I've gone every year since. It is my salvation weekend. It is my sanity. It keeps me from going absolutely crazy. It's so much fun. It is the biggest festival in the continental United States. Alright, so here's the deal with this. This is the biggest music festival in the entire country, in the entire continental United States. This is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. This is the biggest rock festival we have. And every year they shell out some pretty solid lineups, and last year was a bit subpar, and a lot of people wondered why that was the case. And I think this year was the reason why it was so not great last year. So here we go. We're going to start reading from the bottom up on this lineup. And this lineup came out a couple days ago, so frankly, I'm just going to try and read through it, and hopefully I can give you a good take on this. Okay, so beginning, we have at the very bottom of this list a band called One Less Reason. Don't know much about them. And then following that, we have Aegis, Mother Feather, who I've never seen, but based on their thumbnail, they look very interesting. Royal Republic, Bleaker, Dead, Cover Your Tracks, Goodbye June. These are all some very small bands. Here's where things get interesting, though. And this is the one that really piqued my interest when I first saw the lineup. This is a heavy-ass band called Wage War. We actually just released a reaction video for one of their songs called The River. Very, very interesting, very heavy, not very like Rock on the Range. Bad Flower follows them on the list. Fire from the Gods, heard of them, never listened to them, heard a lot of good things. Then next is the one I'm super excited about on the smaller bands. This is Sylar. I freaking love Sylar. You can actually see a few episodes of our reaction series where I'm wearing a Sylar shirt. Following Sylar is Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. Then As Lion. And here's where we start to get into some more familiar names. Radkey, King, Dorothy, who has played Rock on the Range 2 or 3 years ago, put on quite a show. Red Fang, also a Rock on the Range alum. Dinosaur, Pile Up, and Turnstile. These are all really exciting names that from some smaller bands, but still exciting nonetheless. Okay, now we get in some name recognition here. I Prevail, very big in the metal scene right now. Whitechapel, Suicide Silence, Norma Jean, Attila, the Amity Affliction. We're talking heavy music at its finest right now. This is a very nice set of bands. Probably third stagers and a couple of second stagers on there. but still some very solid choices in that mix. Following that, we got Rival Sons, Zach Sabbath, The Story So Far, Deaf Heaven, Every Time I Die, Starset, Beartooth, Nothing More. These are some really good names that we're getting here. I tell you, just reading up this list is getting me real excited for this festival. Following that, one of my personal top 10 favorite bands, Motionless in White. Yes! Yes! Super stoked for Motionless in White. Super stoked. Biffy Clyro, In Flames, The Dillinger Escape Plan, Gajira, Skillet, Sum 41, Pierce the Veil, Amon Amarth, Thrice, Taking Back Sunday, The Pretty Reckless. Oh my god! Oh my god! They went all out this year. And I am super geeked about Amon Amarth being there. Pierce the Veil I'm very fond of. Sum 41 I've been listening to for well over a decade. I'm fond of Skillet. In Flames kicks ass. Thrice is awesome. Taking Back Sunday, I've seen them a few times. They are fantastic. The Pretty Reckless put on a great show. I mean, this is just spectacular music coming to this festival. The next day, we're getting into the real big names here. Well, the next 9, I should say. We got Alter Bridge, Rock on the Range veterans here. They've played here a few times. Coheed and Cambria hasn't played since 2010, I believe. They were pretty awesome that year. Seether I've seen like 3 times at Rock on the Range. Rock on the Range veterans themselves. Papa Roach has played this festival like 4 times. Chevelle, Bush. One I wasn't expecting in the least, but is pretty cool that they're playing. Primus is gonna be there. Volbeat is gonna be there. Volbeat's an awesome band. I've seen them like 4 times. The Offspring, who I have never seen before, who I've been listening to for probably 15 years. I've been fond of the Offspring's music. That's a massive band for them to put on this festival. Nothing has me as excited. Almost nothing. We got the headliners coming up. Alright. Last but not least, the headliners. The big boys. The big bad boys of this rock festival. And when I saw this lineup get released, I was at work at the time, and I almost screamed in my office when I saw this. The smallest, we'll read it from smallest to biggest, and I'll let you know what, I don't even have the proper phrasing for this. Korn. Yes. I've seen Korn 5 times now. Yes. Yes. Korn is awesome live. They were headliners at this festival in 2013, and they tore it up. Up next, another former headliner from 2012 or 13. It's one of the two. Soundgarden. Bringing the 90s back with this. But the big one, the main headliner of this music festival, motherfucking Metallica, who Rock on the Range has asked every year since the first year of this festival to come play, and every year they've said no until now. Columbus, Ohio is getting motherfucking Metallica to play this festival. So out of the 58 bands that I just named off, I'm pretty geeked about this. And frankly, for all the people complaining about this lineup, I don't think you've thought this through. So Rock on the Range is one of my personal favorite things to get to go do. I've been going to this festival every year since 2009. And you can actually look on this channel from earlier this year in May. You can find video that I shot of New Year's Day, my favorite band from last year's festival. And you know, I've been going to this festival for a long time now, and it's I look forward to this event more than Christmas. So based on prior years lineups, and based on what I've gotten to see out of this festival from years before, I'm gonna rate this lineup a solid 9.5 out of 10. Rock on the Range really pulled out all the stops this year. Last year's lineup probably would have been given about an 8, and that's only because my top two favorite bands, New Year's Day and Trivium, were on this festival. Metallica, though, I've been waiting for 15 years to see Metallica since I started listening to them. And they were one of the first metal bands I ever listened to. They were the first CD I ever bought. I've never gotten the chance to see them. The last time they were in Columbus was in 2008. And that I didn't get to go to that because my then favorite band, AC/DC, was in town, and I would have rather seen AC/DC. I do not regret that decision in any way, shape, or form, especially now that I get to see the mighty Metallica. So final thoughts, 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. You did great, Rock on the Range. I am so thrilled with this lineup. I cannot wait to go in May, and you know, it made me so damn happy to see this lineup. And even like if you just go back down the list and see like the Offspring and Volbeat and Seether and Coheed and Cambria and Alter Bridge, Amon Amarth and Pierce the Veil and Motionless in White and Beartooth. There's a lot of bands I really enjoy on this, and you have made me look forward to this festival every year since 2009 when I first got tickets. And I have never been so excited for this festival before. That'll be the end of this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Come to the Rock on the Range Music Festival this year, and let's rock out at Moffrey Stadium here in Columbus. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.